Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be how I contour and highlight, and I'm so excited to make this video because this is my favorite part of my whole entire makeup routine. And so that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm sorry if my hair looks a little out of whack. Don't worry, we're gonna put it up when I do my tutorial, but I don't think I have anything else to say except let's just get on into it. Button head. Alright, we're a lot closer, aren't we? Alrighty, so first I'm going to start off with covering my dark circles, and I do have my foundation and everything else on, as you guys can see, and so my dark circles don't appear as bad as what they normally are, but this is just what I do to cover my dark circles to really give me that flawless under eye. So first I start off with my NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and I got mine in the shade Light, and it's kind of just that salmon kind of color. Can you guys see? Yeah. And that right there is going to help cancel out those dark circles. Then I'm just going to take a brush. This is from my BH set. I honestly totally forgot what this is called, but I'll probably link it down below for you guys. And then I swirl it in there. Get enough product. And then I just apply that directly on the dark circle. I do not bring that down in that triangled shape that I normally do when I'm highlighting, just because if I were, it would change the color of my concealer and just defeat the whole purpose of concealing and highlighting. So I just focus this salmon color right on that dark circle. But you do want to go in and make sure that there are no creases under there, because if you guys saw my foundation routine, then you guys would have seen that if you do, this more so goes for the part where you're setting it, but you don't want any creases down there, because if you were to apply more product under there and then set it with the creases still there, your creases are going to be there and you're not going to be able to go back. And then I'll just take my finger and blend that out. And then I will go back in with the brush that I used to apply it and then kind of even all that out. Okay, so it's not completely blended out, but it is blended out from when we first applied it. So that's what I do to cover my dark circle. I know, trust me, I'm gonna blend it out, don't worry. But I'm going in with my concealer now to conceal under there. And I'm gonna be using the same brush, and of course I'm using my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW25. And like I said, I'm gonna be using the same brush. Swirl it in there. And then I will apply this directly right on top, but then I will also bring it down into that triangle shape. And this part of my routine really does help cover up a lot of that redness under there as well, which is why I like to do that. Now keep in mind, this is just what I like to do. This may be a little too much for some people, but this is just what I like to do to really cover my dark circles, but also give me that flawless under eye look. I also do have some redness right here under my nose, so I will take whatever is left on that brush and cover up the redness. And then whatever is left on that, I will take on my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and then onto my forehead. And as you can tell, there isn't much left of that concealer on there, but that's okay because I'm going to go in with another concealer and highlight these points. Alrighty, now going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Sand. As you guys know, this has been one of my favorites lately. I'm going to go over exactly what I just did with this concealer to give me that highlighted look. And again, like I said, this could be a lot for some people, but this is just what I like to do to really cover up those dark circles and give me that highlighted look. And if you guys didn't know, the reason you highlight is to bring forward features that you want to be shown, right? So I used to bring my highlight all the way back to my ears, all the way back there, which would give me more of a lifted look. And then I stopped doing that because if I were to bring it back, I already have a big face. By bringing my highlight back, it would widen up my face even more, which is not what I want to do personally, because like I said, I do have a big face, which is why I like to focus my highlight in this, just in the center of my face, so that way when I contour, I'm only contouring right here to cast that shadow on my face to make my face look a little smaller. Does that make sense? Which comes to the point of the reason why you contour is you cast shadows on your face of the features that you don't really want to show. So which is why a lot of people like to contour their forehead, the hollows of their cheeks, and their chin and their nose to make those features look smaller, and we highlight to bring features forward. Just saying. And so again, with the highlighting point, that is why I don't highlight too much on my forehead, because lucky for me, I have a big forehead, and that's something I definitely don't want to bring forward. So I don't highlight too much on my forehead, but I do a lot of contouring on there. And I'm just gonna go with my brush here that I got from my BH set, and then just tap that into my skin. And then I'm just gonna go with my foundation brush and blend all those lines in, because we do not want those on our face. I'm gonna set everything, and this is the part where you kind of do have to move fast, but I'm using my Airspun loose face powder in the shade Translucent. I can never say that word. Translucent Extra Coverage. But first, before I go in and set everything, I'm going to again make sure that there are no creases under my eyes, because again, like I cannot stress this enough. If you set your under eyes with creases still there, with product still in the creases, and you set it with that powder, those creases aren't gonna go anywhere. And then I'm going to tap that in. Alrighty, so now that that is all set, onto the fun part. I'm going to show you guys how I bake. If you don't know what baking is, it's pretty much setting everything for about 5 minutes or so, which will really reduce creasing, which is what I love, which is why I love to bake. So I'm just going to take one of these sponges. I don't even know, I go, what is this? Like Equate, I got mine from Walmart, literally like what, $1? And then I just spray. And I'm just going to be using the same translucent powder that I use to set my under eyes. Dip it in there. And then apply it directly right under my eyes. And this is something you definitely want to be generous with. So you should be left with something like this. Hopefully the camera is picking up, because I'm looking at it, doesn't look like it is, but I like to let that sit for about 5 minutes, move on to something else. So I'm going to move on to my contour for the most part of it, and then we are going to go dust that away. For today, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in the shade medium to tan. Alrighty, so first I'm going to go in with the shade Havanna, which is this one right here, which is like a lighter color than my skin as it is. This is what I used to use to actually contour when I was a little paler. But this is what I'm gonna use to lighten up my skin. This is what I'm gonna use to warm up my skin. This shade right here is going to act as my transition shade. You know when you're doing your eyeshadow, you have a transition shade? This is what's going to act as my transition shade with my contour. So, make that little silly face. And I am just using a very light hand. Wow, that's a lot of product. Go along my jawline. And then I do like to bring it down, as everyone should, because like I said, We do not want to be those people that look like they have a mask on. This is the part where it kind of gets a little everywhere. I'm going to blend this out, and then like I said, we're going to wipe away that transition shade, then we're going to come back to the contour. I know you guys are probably like, come back, Nicola, what more can we do? There's always more to contouring and highlighting, hunty. So to wipe away that translucent shade, a lot of people will just normally just wipe it away, but I'm going to use a pressed powder to wipe it away, because what that will do, what that will do is, as I'm removing product, I'm also adding a little bit more coverage, which will definitely give me that flawless under eye. So to do so, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 125, which is nude beige. Fun fact, this was my very first makeup product ever, and it was a powder. What do you know? So I'm just gonna swirl that in there. I'm already on pan. What can we do? And then I'm just gonna use light strokes to wipe that translucent shade away. But then again, like I said, adding more coverage. And this Maybelline Fit Me powder this is what I used to use to set my under eyes, and which is why it's in a lighter shade. Oh, look in the eyebrow. I wonder how long I was there for. Alrighty, so do you guys see where my highlight and my contour meet? That is where I apply my blush to blend those two together. Alrighty, so that is how I do my under eyes. So again, like I said, we're gonna go back to the contour. I'm gonna go in with Espresso and really cut my cheek to give me that strong contour, because as you guys know, I love a good strong contour. And to do that, I will just take an angled brush. Espresso is this one right here. It's that darker shade. Tap a little, tap off. Don't worry guys, I don't leave it like this. Now to contour my nose, I'm going to be using a thin little shader brush like this. Dip it into Espresso. And then I'm just going to follow that down the sides of my nose. I'm going to go back in and blend all of that out, because I like a good strong contour, just not that strong. So it is looking a little blotchy to me on this side, more so than on this side. Like, I like this side's contour more than I do this side. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my translucent powder that I used to set my under eyes, and then I'm just going to clean that up. I'm actually going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder, which is about my shade, and then just what we did with wiping away translucent shade, we're going to wipe away this. I'm going to quickly add some blush. I'm just going to use my Milani Luminoso. As you guys know, this is my favorite. Thumbs up for clean makeup brushes. And then our handy dandy blending brush. Highlight, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild highlighter. I'm so in love with this highlighter, you guys. It's ridiculous. And then I'm just going to be applying this at the highest point of my cheeks, as well as down the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow. And then the final step, as you all know, setting everything, I'm taking MAC Fix Plus. Alrighty, I was gonna put my hair down, but I'm like, oh, I kind of like the whole bun thing I got going on here. But anyways, that is how I contour and highlight, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is my favorite part of my entire makeup routine. I know, like I said, it could seem like a little much to some people, but this is just what works for me to really give me dimension in my face and to really give me that flawless under eye. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go on ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!